It's Ebro in the morning. Laura Stiles, Rosenberg's in Bristol, Connecticut, ESPN doing his sports thing, getting ready for the playoffs and things. We got Rocky in the building. Give it up, ASAP Rocky.
Yay. Rosenberg didn't want to see me, man. That's messed
he's
up.
actually upset. He's actually pretty
he was
upset.
tight that he couldn't be here.
For real?
He thought we were setting him up. He's like, you guys set up an interview with Rocky when I'm not there. We're like, yeah, maybe we did it on purpose.
Well, and also, you know, you just performed and sold out his Peter Palooza birthday thing. Y'all did an amazing performance for him. So
that was crazy. That was fun, man.
That was a good show.
Yeah, Rosenberg, you know how to have fun, a good time. And his selection of artists, you know, is crazy. It's always eclectic, like his choices. So the bill was fun anyway. It was all the people that I respect and stuff.
So, Rocky, wait, where do you live now? Because when the album came out, you told us you was living in the UK for a while.
Yeah, I was staying in the UK, London town.
And then now you're
here in
back
LA.
in New York City and LA.
I just left London last night, so I just got here now. So I'm still in London town.
So that's your primary residence?
We in the ends now.
Wow. The ends. Y'all know what the ends is, right?
No, I've never even been to London.
Well, you got the what is it?
Yet.
The East End, the North End.
It's like East, West. The ends is just basically like that's just the hood. That's where like.
So you in South? You in South London?
South, East, West, Shoreditch, all that, man.
But you have a crib. You have a crib over there?
Nah, but still in North. That's where I stay though. You know, I got this hotel that I'm always at, but I'm not gonna give that away. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
I love the UK, man.
Yes,
I love it out there, man.
I have yet to go.
You haven't been. Scotty Beams just got back. Yes. Scotty Beams a fan.
Wait, when you got back?
I got back like what was it? I was only there for like 3 days. 2
Just
days.
now?
Not even. Sorry, 2 days.
Just now?
Yeah, no.
She went for the Mobo Awards.
November.
Oh,
for the Mobo Awards.
Yeah.
I think ASAP Nas there.
He might have been.
Yeah, he hangs around a lot.
It's crazy though because he's like they love him out there too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, shout outs to the boys in the ends, man. Like shout out Skepta, BBK, Stormzy, Gigs.
You like Section Boys?
Section. I was just with them last. Yo, Bryson Teller pulled up last night to the joint with all the tings. It was lit. He had the thing.
What's that? He was pang. He was pang in the place. That's a little slang. He was pang. So Rocky, man, Yams Day.
Yeah.
So exciting. Who's on the bill? Okay, so we have Flatbush Zombies are on there.
It's a lot of people. Flatbush Zombies. Of course, ASAP. We got man, I don't remember. I think we got French Montana.
Where's
on there.
Infinite?
Yeah, who else we got?
Infinite, you got the flyer?
Yeah, where the flyer at, man?
Oh, Joey Badass.
Hell yeah.
Joey Badass.
Pro Era's heavy.
Era will be in
all
the building.
The mob.
Basically.
Lil Uzi.
Oh, Lil Uzi Vert. See, this is the thing, though.
Vert is blowing up, man.
Uzi, that nigga. Look, let me tell you. See, this is the thing. It's like, it's so much for loved ones and stuff, man. I just look forward to a fun day.
All right, so let me ask you. Yams Day is at Terminal 5.
Yes,
it's
sir.
sold out.
Done.
Okay, I need to understand because, you know, Summer Jam is an organized thing. You've been through it. I'm like, yo, you go here, you go here. We go like this, we go like this. You zig, we zag, and we out. Who's producing this?
It's like the curation is just going to be crazy.
But who's in charge?
Yeah, who's the boss?
Everybody.
No.
Yams is in charge, man.
All right, so we gonna gather hands, smoke one before we hit the stage. And just go.
Please let this go out right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody get home safe and happy and high, man.
Everybody gonna be happy and safe. It's gonna be love.
It's gonna be love. I hope.
Because that's what he represented.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about everybody coming together, regardless to regions, blocks, backgrounds, groups. It's about everybody like spreading that love. It's like I want to see one train.
That's gonna happen.
I want to see one train.
Yes.
So that's Bronson, Danny Brown, K. Dot,
Joey Badass,
Rocky,
Yellow Wolf,
Big
Crit. That'll be.
So you telling us that's gonna happen?
No, I'm saying I'm using that as an analogy. Like I want to see that amongst hip hop, but in the physical.
Right. Okay,
you know,
got
like
it.
sportsmanship, like everybody, you know, just respecting each other as just individual artists and appreciating each other. Why you gave me the squeaky chair, man?
I'm sorry.
You set me up.
I'm not sitting
You
here.
saw how she traded chairs before the interview started. That's messed up.
It's Hot 97. Our chairs is her. It's
Fair,
her.
Hers ain't squeaky though.
I was gonna give you the backless chair, then you would have fell, and then you would have been no.
So
no.
Rocky, the Yams Days happening is sold out. So if you were slow to get tickets or you're just not hearing about it, unfortunately you won't be able to get access. But the experience itself will live on in a book.
True indeed.
Based on a movement that you guys started after Yams passed called Tweet Like Yams.
Tweet Like Yams, and basically it's taking his funniest quotes and just showcasing them. I think his state of mind, it just his personality, it was never broadcasted or just people didn't. You would have to be a true cult follower to really, while he was alive, to understand, Yams, Lil Newport. But I think now that he's gone, it's like one of those things. It's like awareness, and it's just spreading, and his importance in hip hop and how his contribution to hip hop. People are starting to see his influence, and it's not just ASAP Rocky. Like it's not just me influencing people and setting trends. It's like my crew was tight, but most of all, like my best friend, man, he had an ill vision, and I think a lot of people miss and love him for that, because not only just music and stuff, he was a personal guy with a lot of people I didn't even know, you know what I'm saying? Like he had personal relationships, so I think that's kind of tight. It's important, and I'm just trying to spread that peace and love amongst hip hop and amongst the brothers and sisters, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Yams had a great aura. I met him through Bodega Bams.
Yo, them two together is dangerous.
Yo, it was jokes galore, but he just had something really, really, really special about him, man. He was a great dude.
When Ferg was here, he talked about how Yams, because I asked about ASAP, right? Like the whole thing, the collective, and how it happened, and how he brought people together, and who knew who first, and Ferg was explaining it almost like, Yams was the brain in some regard, and the spirit, right? Of where he would almost consult, like, yo, you're gonna, like Yams would dictate, like, nah, you're gonna be this person. Like he saw in the individuals what role they played. Is that correct? Am I articulating it right?
100%.
Was that the same relationship you had too, where he was like, nah, Rocky, nah, you gonna
for some like time, this? Man. Even before people knowing about me, I would have to say it was only me and ASAP Yams who kind of like developed like ASAP Rocky at those stages, because he had a Tumblr, he had he interned at Warner Brothers, and he knew producers, and he could get beats and all that other stuff.
So he had the first taste of the business side of it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we structured it together. ASAP was just all about like just getting fly, going around Harlem to the cookouts and all that other stuff. And I'm like, nah, we got to do something with this, man. If you model, take that to the next level. If you do art, if you draw, take that to the next level. I mean, it's common sense. It's just utilizing your gifts and around you, opposed to just, looking past it every moment like it's nothing. I mean, that's how you make stars every day. If you actually try something, and it's the small things, that matter.
Do you for the book, or do you have active involvement in the book, or is that someone else's thing that maybe the mob and ASAP is kicking back and just making sure it's right?
Nah, as far as the book goes, initially I wasn't involved at all. I found out about it, and I thought it was pretty amazing. And that's when we all got involved, because it's a dope idea. It's parallel to what we had.
And all the proceeds go to his family,
to his
right?
mom's, yeah, to his family. So that's what we just wanted to make sure. And dude was on that, so it's really all love, man. I really appreciate that.
Forbes recently put out a list, and your face was on their big post.
Swag.
Yeah, heavy, and it was about your swag. It was about fashion, right? It was about basically you being one of the what was the title?
It was
like
30 under 30. Yeah.
And you being basically a fashion icon now. How did you receive that? I'm sure you were happy, but how did you expect that?
I thought I was a fashion icon in 2011, so I was just like,
already,
you know,
you was already
due
there.
diligence, man. I don't know. It's just
About time y'all caught up.
Forbes?
I'm like, you know, you look online, it still say I'm worth $3 billion. I'm like, all right, you let them know, because they sleep on rappers like us. You know, I mean, we don't get me wrong, we talk about cars and stuff like that every now and then, and we like that kind of stuff and money and jewelry, why not? You know what I mean? But we don't personify it. You know, it doesn't symbolize who we are as individuals, and guys like us, we don't get glorified for that side of us every day. So for me to be on the cover without, you know, chains and bracelets and a Dior suit on that, you know, I actually picked, and I think that's kind of tight, man. It's changing.
Super
We
ill.
loved it.
They had me looking wild Zoolander, and I'm like, why they pick
You
this
had the
photo?
blue steel. You had the blue steel.
You peep? I'm
You
like,
had
they
the blue
could have
steel.
used a different photo.
I bet your mom has that framed in her house, doesn't she?
I don't know.
Aw.
I didn't see it since it dropped.
His mom's still trying to make sure his bars is up. His mom called him like, yo.
Yeah, she be on it. How you be
slipping?
knowing? You be having the inside. You be having the.
Moms be like, yo, your name is Rakim. Make sure them bars is right.
Now my mom's like, if I'm taking a break and she don't know what I'm doing, she'll call up 12. What he doing? Or she'll
Right.
call me. Yo, you better be on it. You better be on it. You gotta let these motherfuckers know. You gotta be on it. So.
You gotta love that thing.
Yeah, it's motivated. That's the only kind of like competitive motivation. Everybody else around me is just like all about love and just keeping it going. She the only one that be like, yo,
She from my era.
yeah.
she
Well,
from my
I wouldn't
era.
say that, bro. She got you.
She
a little-
older than
yeah,
me, but
yeah.
I'm just saying from that era where rap was not a kumbaya
Yeah,
fest.
for sure.
I mean, it wasn't hate, but it was definitely surely competitive. Like, it was like, all right, we cool, but I'm going to stand over here. Y'all stand over there. There go the microphone.
What
Whoever
would you
serves
say
up the best.
hip hop turned into a flamboyant kind of like, you know, braggadocious?
No, it's always been that. I just feel like right now, you know, unless someone sets it on someone else in a major way, it's not as competitive, right? Like
Meek Drake.
Like Meek set it on Drake,
Type
and
shit.
it had to happen.
And we
You know
hadn't
what I'm
heard something
saying?
like that in a minute. And there's a lot of subs. You know, no one's really direct anymore.
That's what I was saying. People ain't understand what I was saying, man. This is a dope battle because it's dudes going at it.
Yeah, no, it's
my
real.
era dudes be scared. Well, you know, not promoting, you know, drama, but sometimes you got to like swap it out, man.
Well, and you had you had individuals that, you know, Meek is from that fabric of the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think in his heart he wanted it to be street. He wanted it to be music. It was about music and writing rhymes. He didn't want it to become something that had anything to
As
do
it
with
should.
the block, and as
Yeah.
it should. And Drake, you know, Drake is not from that cloth, right? That's not who he is, and so he wanted it to be music too. So that made it, I think, in some ways, for all of us that have went through the other things that did become street, it made in some ways we were like, all right, this is cool. Like, let's keep this in music. We
gotta
don't
love
want
it.
this to fuck up the money and the business and the culture we love, and you know, fuck up those individuals these young dudes that we care about. So I think that's also why, you know, nowadays people are a little bit more careful, because we went through something in the 90s
That
we
was
lost
whack.
something that was near and dear that we still feel pain for, and we don't want to see that
Instigation.
happen again.
That
So I
was-
think that's some of it too,
Yeah.
right? Like, you know, we got to a point in hip hop where there was so much money at stake, and in the 90s with Pac and Big, and people were making lots of money, that things got too real, and I don't think anybody wants to see that ever again. Like, and while
that
we
was
still
whack.
wanted to be competitive,
That was whack,
It was
man.
super whack. It was super whack.
It was like I feel like people was just in between instigating, man. It was
No, it was
public
street.
and-
It was street stuff that spilled over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and caused, you know, what was the outcome. But on that, right, like even right now, you have. I was just looking it up. Somebody named Ian Connor. I don't know who that is. He
my
keeps
protege.
he keeps saying that Travis Scott is biting off you.
You know,
And you haven't.
we all saw Nash's videos. He was just popping off on Instagram. And the reason we bring it up, because, you know, he brought it up for a reason, right? But I do give it to Nash that at the beginning, he's like, yo, I'm not hating on Homeboy's music. I think it's hot. He was giving props where props is due. But then he
But
was
the look or the
specifically,
fashion or whatever.
focused on him stealing you guys' style.
man, look, if you gonna do something and influence people, you can't be like, you can't be arrogant about it when somebody gets inspired. So if you gonna inspire people, when people get inspired, you know, you can't fault them for that.
Right.
That makes you look crazy. You know,
Like, it's
aside-
actually a compliment, is what your point is.
I'm not saying it's I mean, they do say, imitation is
The greatest
best
form
highest
of
form.
flattery.
So, but what I will say about that is, I don't think it's cool to you can't come at a rapper with video clips. You got to come with music. That man, he doing this thing. He doing what he's supposed to do. He getting fly, he fucking bitches, and he making music. That's it. I don't see the problem.
What's your relationship with him?
I don't know him too well, but it was high and by.
I'm just laughing because I remember at the beginning I did see some videos on TMZ where he was like walking into parties and people would be like, Rocky!
Yeah, we all saw that. We all saw that. And it's stuff like that that leads to the stuff that you was talking about. That's instigation. You hearing it from me. They, let Shorty rock, and let the people decide if he a biter or if he authentic. I'm not saying everybody should be allowed to just take what whoever got going on. I'm not implying that, but I feel like that whole situation, it sounds petty. It's like, what we talking about?
Right.
It is petty. Yeah.
So
and on that, and on your music too, I mean, this album, critically acclaimed, man. Salute. I know that people have tried to say that this album wasn't as good as the first album, but you continually see people write about LSD. You continually see people write about the instrumentation on this last album. And I know when you put it out, did you know you were taking risks musically? Or were you like not giving a fuck? Like, I'm not even paying attention to that.
Taking a risk, man.
Yeah.
I make music, so I know. It's cool. Sometimes it's about the art. Not to be artsy-fartsy all the time, That's why I'm back at it, Cozy Tapes,
Yeah. And Cozy Tapes is what exactly?
It's the Yams album that he was working on before he passed. So it's basically like a ASAP collective, like your Rough Riders Volume 1 type, Ride or Die Volume 1, or like Diplomatic, or the Diplomat or Immunity.
Yeah. How much of that was done before he passed away?
Not much of it, but he wrote down in his notes, and he would tell me who he wanted on there. So we was about to start working on it. Right. So yeah.
Ferg, when he was here, when we was dropping that joint Ferg got with Future. Oof.
New Level.
Oof.
Yeah, that's cool. Sound like a Future tune.
Yeah. Oof. That joint is flames.
Yeah.
He was saying that Yams had left some books and writings around that Yams' mother had given you guys access to.
Yeah,
and so you guys were able to go through that.
Well, we had the books, but we got the love, the okay from her. So
is that where you guys, the Cozy Tapes, that there was ideas and
everything in that book he already spoke to me about. It was just confirmation, or for instance, if I forget, it was right there like, oh yeah, he wanted so and so. So let me not forget that. But it's a lot of people that I just took. It's just like the spirit of Yams. We just took the judgment of how he would curate something, and we just put it together. Like, it wasn't just about who ASAP Rocky want on there, or who I think should be on there. It's not about me. You know what I mean? It sounds. He created his own like sub-genre type of lane. I can't really explain it. It's like half trolls, half hipsters, half music lovers, half just you gotta love it. Yams was a troll. You know how like they be picking out all the stuff from tweets from back in the days. You see the tweets he used to say when he used to own my account. Like, he's a troll. That's how he was a troll. That's how I got on.
I learned from him. When I first got on Twitter, Yams was one of the first people I followed.
That's crazy.
He was one of the first people I followed.
What was it, Eastside Stevie back then or something? Yeah, that's crazy.
And I was late to the Twitter thing, but I would follow him. I'd be like, yo, he just be starting shit.
Talking
he
shit.
just be talking shit. I like this. I want to do that.
Cause you a troll.
I want to do that. That's fun. Hey, look, Yams Day. What's the exact date again?
January 18th, sir.
And that's at Terminal 5.
Yes,
Cozy Tapes. And
are you guys gonna live stream it or anything for the people who can't be there?
You know what? I'm not sure. I think we are. This is all we are live streaming it through Yahoo. Okay, correct.
Tight, okay.
That guy in the back is Infinite, Chase Infinite. Big up to him. He keeps the whole Rocky program moving forward.
Yeah, him and Ebro's the same age.
Been in the game the same amount of time, too. So Cozy Tapes, is there a drop for that? Is there a date for that yet?
Nah, not exactly, but ASAP soon as possible. Seriously, we working on it. I'm at it every day. I'm working with a bunch of people on that, so it's coming soon.
What's this jacket thing? What is this?
This is Gosha.
I never had heard of Raph Simmons before you talked about it.
Oh yeah,
So
shout outs. Raph is a lord.
Yeah, he. Now,
Raph
when you was shouting him in the early days, Peso and all
that was before he went to Dior. You
So-
know, and became the creative director at Dior, and that's huge.
That's
know?
very big.
And he just left. So
what's he doing now?
I think he might go back to Rap by Raph Simmons or whatever. Or I heard rumors of Calvin Klein, but I don't know how true that is. But I'm quite sure them checks over there is looking crazy.
Are you working anything as far as fashion? Are you thinking of putting out some designs, or is there anything that you're working on behind the scenes?
Yeah, I'm working with a few different brands. We got Midnight Studios, V-Long. I did a capsule collection with Guess, actually. I brought back the Menace to Society, like that era, the 90s, the archive stuff. So that's gonna be tight. It's just like it specializes on everything that, like, how you know how influential Guess was for hip hop culture in the 90s, like Carl Kanai and whatnot, you know, etc. So I just wanted people forget about that. Like, just like how people forget about your Big Daddy Kanes and Slick Ricks, et cetera, et cetera. I just wanted to show them, like, yo, you know, this is that Jabot, Iceberg, Nautica, Polo era right here, you know. And Guess definitely, you know, had a big influence on that era as far as urban society
Cats
goes.
used to take the patch,
Remember?
the Guess patch off of jeans
And
just to
put it
put it
on
on
another-
their bogus joints to make
'Cause
it
they
look
couldn't
like
afford
they
it.
couldn't afford it.
Damn.
And they don't know that, though. You know what I'm saying? They don't. People don't know that, how it really was tight to have Guess. So I'm watching a Menace to Society, and I'm saying, because you know when Kane dropped the 40 in the beginning when Old Dog shot the store clerk, that was the Guess tee, and that's
Yeah.
OG. You didn't see
Super
those
OG.
stripe patterns. You don't see those silhouettes no more. So I said, man, I need to go into the archive and bring out everything from that era, from that collection, and that's what we did. And yeah, it's
So
jiggy.
yeah, it's another check for you.
I wouldn't even look at it like that, man. It's another project.
I know you don't. I know. Let me do what I do.
It's a passion project.
You're not supposed to look
Let
at it
him
like
live.
that. Let me look at the checkbook, my J. You're not supposed to, man. Before we let you up out of here, Rock, you know, you're seen as a leader in the New York hip hop scene of, you know, I mean, the evolution of things.
That's an
right?
honor.
At the time that you came along, right? Like, it was a lot of cats about to really get on their grind, right? And you go down the list, you look at, you know, you look at Rocky, you look at Bronson, you look at Flatbush Zombies, you look at Pro Era. I'm sure I'm leaving some names out, so please forgive me for that. But
Tan Boys.
Tan Boys, yeah. What now happens next? Does I mean, you have the Cozy tapes. I'm sure some of these cats is featured on there. You have Yams Day.
All of
You
them.
got everybody's gonna be there. Oh, all of them are featured on the Cozy tapes. So then what happens next? Like, where does this music go? Is your next project? Because One Train, like you said, One Train, that record on that first album was a very meaningful statement of saying, like, yo, these are the MCs that's about to go.
True indeed.
Right?
True
And
indeed.
Kendrick was in there. Now you have Kendrick at 11. Joey was in there. You have Kendrick at 11 Grammys.
That's like topping what, the Beatles or Michael Jackson. What
It's
they
right
say.
under
Yeah.
Mike. Mike was 12.
That's crazy.
So crazy, right?
That's some real Kobe Bryant shit. Shout out some. I like to see that in hip hop.
Yeah. But what happens for Rocky? Do you assert that level of leadership? Because that's something that, you know, R.I.P. Yams, that's something that Yams, I believe, would have made sure that those collaborations and that.
For certain. I think it's one of those situations where you just put out the product and you got to see where the legacy goes from there. You know, I could say what I want it to be and what I hope it will be. You know, I'm successful up until this day by just doing what I feel is true to me. So I feel like if I continue to do that, I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? I think with hip hop and rap, it's hard to determine what's gonna pop and what's not, because you know some of these songs come out the woodworks that y'all be playing and that shit is terrible.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
There's a
So
lot
it's
of
like
terrible.
it's not up to me to dictate what's gonna be. You know, I could just only really fuck around with what I like, and sometimes I like that terrible music when you play
We
it
all have
100,000
guilty pleasures.
talking about that
times.
today.
Yeah.
We're all talking about guilty
We
pleasures.
was just talking about that shit today. What's the record? What is it? Papa Perk.
Yes.
Wait, how
Boom, Papa Perk.
does it
You'll
go?
hear it. Don't
Fam.
worry.
It's coming out soon.
It's
It's
out. It's
out.
been on the internet.
It's a dude from Philly.
It's
Wait,
just-
say how the line goes.
I don't know how sing it, Scotty.
I'm not gonna sing it.
Just sing it.
Perk and like you don't even understand what he's saying, but it's like
His name
because
Papa
of the
Perk?
video.
No, his name is Boom.
No,
but the
Boom,
song,
Boom.
but that's
Oh.
why the song is because it's.
Oh, he's rapping like you want-
Yeah, but you like it because it has that Boys in the Hood
And it does sample
sample.
Boys in the Hood,
That's why you
NWA.
like
That
it.
sound tight. But it's silly.
It's silly,
It's very silly.
but it's silly on purpose.
Okay, got you.
It's silly. Even the
I mean-
video is him in the room dancing with a chubby girl, and you know what I mean.
But it's just like I'm in love with the Coco. Like everybody thought that was a silly song and stuff right like that, and it was huge. And then you look at it, it's like the dude OT actually he could rap.
Yeah, no, he
you know
can
what I'm saying?
spit,
He can
spit.
no. So I seen him in the club, and I was like, yo, I actually because you usually judge people off of their songs and stuff. So you got to do your research and like I was watching a couple of Sway interviews and the other guy that he was freestyling off the top and I was high, so I thought it was pretty good. What's his name? King Los. Yeah, he was rapping off the top, and I was like, oh man, this
Los is one of them.
It's kind of tight, you know what I mean? And it's dudes like that you wouldn't expect to, but sometimes even like back with OT Genesis, sometimes you got to make that song to get the attention you want, then you just start spitting and stuff. Cause he got another one that people don't know. They sleeping on the cut it. You need to cut it.
That's about to go too.
That's about to go.
He said it though when he came up here. He was like, "Yo, I had to really that it was an experimental song when he was first
because
recording it."
I knew him before the Coco.
He was fucking with Ninja Sonic, right?
Yeah. And other people, but he's about those bars. Like he's really about. And I was like, yo, but a lot of people gonna judge you. He was like, man, I'm just out trying to get my music out and get the word out, and hopefully people will. I mean, he was humble about it. He's a humble dude.
That's tight though.
Yeah,
that's
so
tight,
he's
man.
out here working. Does Rocky ever work with Drake? Is there ever a Rocky Drake collabo ever again?
Why not?
I don't know. Do y'all communicate, work?
I'm willing to work with anybody, man. That has talent.
Yeah.
That makes I worked with a homeless man on my last album.
True.
Put him on 5 songs with Kanye West, MIA, Future. I don't care, bro.
True.
You know?
What about movies? Will we see you doing some more film or some more acting?
Yes, you will.
You working on something?
Yeah, especially in this year, I got stuff coming out. I can't really say much about it, but y'all see it. Y'all gonna see it. Ebro looking at me like, word. Yeah. Yeah, but I can't.
Zoolander too.
Zoolander action?
He gets killed. You get killed.
I didn't get killed. Oh, why are you making up rumors? Look at you. Bieber got killed.
Yeah, that's right. Bieber got killed. Yeah, that's right. Bieber gets killed.
Shout out to Justin Bieber.
Yo, Rocky, it's always great to see you, bro.
Man, thanks for
congrats
having
on
me,
everything. We'll wait for the Cozy Tapes of music. Salute to the whole mob.
No
I know
doubt.
they got a record coming too, right? I heard a rumor about a mob record about to happen.
record out right now, Resolution, last year being broke. Please.
Last year being broke, man. That's so. I wanna get on that one real quick, man. It's tight, man. It's like really motivational for like 2015. It don't matter if you got money or not. Like I just listening to that record, I'm like, yeah, this year I'm.
But that's 12's record, right?
Yeah, it's
That's
12's
12's
record.
record. Give it up for ASAP Rocky on the
Rocky.
program, man.